Yoti man yasha. He can grant His grace to whomsoever He likes. It is not for man to question. Man yasha wallahu ala wallahu dhul fadlil azim. God has immense favors which He can grant to others. He is the possessor of limitless favors. When this verse was revealed to Hazrat Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was sitting in company. All around him were Sahaba who belonged to Arabia. But there was one Sahabi, one companion of Rasulullah who did not belong to Arabia and who was not related in blood to Hazrat Rasulullah. This is the situation when this verse was revealed. What happened then? The Bukhari, one of the most authentic books of tradition, tells us that when this verse was revealed, someone present in that company inquired from Rasulullah who would be those people who are mentioned in this verse. Evidently, this was not applicable to the people of Arabia and or people of that time. So the inquirer respectfully inquired, Ya Rasulullah, who would be these people who are mentioned in this verse of the Quran? It is reported by Bukhari that having heard this question, Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not answer it directly and immediately. He ignored this question for a while when it was repeated. And then the answer which was given to him had to be the answer which was bestowed upon him by Allah. Because this was his habit. If he did not directly, he did not possess the knowledge directly to answer any question, he would wait for wahi. He would wait for Allah's guidance, and when it descended upon him, then he began to answer the question. This was his conduct in which you can find no exception. So this was what is happening. When the questioner inquired about who would be those people, he could not directly answer this question unless further guided by Allah. So in answer to this question, he put his hand on the shoulder of Salman Farsi, who was a Persian who had become a Muslim and who was a companion of the Holy Prophet. He was not an Arab. He did not belong in any blood relation to Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He put his hand on the shoulder of Salman like this and said, Law kan al-imanu in the thuraya. If faith had deserted earth and gone to the Pleiades, لَنَالَهُ رَجُلٌ مِّنْ هَؤُلَاءِ. Or another version says, لَنَالَهُ رِجَالٌ مِّنْ هَؤُلَاءِ. That faith will be brought back from the heavens by some people belonging to his nationality or belonging to him in maybe metaphorically belonging to his character, etc. And the other version of the same hadith says, there will be one man, not people, there will be one great man belonging to Salman and his people who would bring back faith from the heavens to the earth. When they heard this answer, they must have been amazed, but they had to be satisfied that someone will appear later on as the heavenly guided person. This is Imam Mahdi. When you say Imam Mahdi, it means a heavenly guided person. So So the question is about the person of Imam Mahdi. So this time, I hope the lady would agree that my answer is absolutely relevant and precisely relevant. In the Quran, there is mention of the reappearance of Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam, not in person, but by representation. Unless the representation had to be perfect, that person who was representing him could not be referred to as Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam or the second advent of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam. This exactly would be the nature of Imam Mahdi. And it is the glad tidings about the appearance of Imam Mahdi which is given in this verse. And it is related that he would not be an Arab this time, he would belong to a different people, but that is irrelevant, he would belong to God and would belong to Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam. So when he comes, you must accept him. Following this explanation based on the Quran and Hadith, we find an instruction of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam about the appearance of Imam Mahdi and the importance of the appearance of Imam Mahdi among the Muslims. The Hadith says that when you hear of the appearance of Imam Mahdi, if you have to reach him on your knees across glaciers, do not hesitate to reach him, because the benefit of reaching him would be far greater than the suffering you will experience on the way. So it says, if you have to reach him on your knees across glaciers, do reach him and do what? Convey to him my salam. What a love expressed in this hadith about the Imam Mahdi of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam. Reach him and convey to him my salam, the salam of Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam. And another version of the similar hadith says, reach him and do his bath. Have an oath of allegiance at his hand. So this is the Imam Mahdi we are speaking about, and I hope this time the lady's query is satisfactorily answered. Is that right or wrong? Or you still have some more? Enough, good, thank you very much.
MTA International, reaching the corners of the earth.